Have you ever paused mid-scroll to wonder what it's really like when Hollywood royalty hands the reins of fame to a brand new generation? Picture this: a quiet cafe corner, a steaming latte beside a glossy copy of People magazine, and Ryan Phillippe leaning back in his chair, casually discussing his 21-year-old son, Deacon, with a sincerity you rarely see behind flashing paparazzi bulbs. In that low-key setting, no red carpets, no sequins, Ryan offered a glimpse behind the celebrity veneer, celebrating qualities in his son that he proudly credits to a woman millions know simply as Reese Witherspoon. On September 12, during an interview with People, Ryan Phillippe let his guard down and gushed over Deacon's mama's work ethic. It wasn't a throwaway compliment or a rehearsed soundbite, it was the kind of unabashed pride only a parent can feel. "He absolutely does," Ryan said, smiling as he talked about how Deacon approaches every opportunity with discipline and dedication. Having shared nearly a decade of marriage with Reese, Ryan's praise felt like an echo of the countless on-set mornings and late-night shoots they once navigated together, but now it was all about their son. What struck me most was Ryan's willingness to tackle one of Hollywood's thorniest debates: nepotism. Rather than ducking the issue, he leaned forward and observed that most people ultimately follow in their parents' footsteps. "So many people end up doing what their parents do to some degree or another," he explained. He admitted he felt offended whenever observers dismissed children of actors and entertainers as unworthy of their break. After all, he pointed out, these kids grew up watching their parents work, witnessing the hustle, the craft, the camaraderie on set, and it only seems natural they would want to give it a shot themselves. Meanwhile, Reese Witherspoon has been candid about the grind that fuels her success. In a heartfelt Instagram caption just weeks ago, she peeled back the curtain on life behind the scenes. "Imagine clocking in for 14 to 17 hours on set, sometimes shooting through the night, only to wake up at dawn bleary-eyed for the morning school run." Reese admitted, "It looked really hard sometimes. I cried working 14 to 17 hours, sometimes all night long, and still woke up early for carpool." Yet amid exhaustion she found purpose, consciously showing her children that work can be both meaningful and fun. Between Ryan's praise of Deacon and Reese's admission of tears and trailers, a clear picture emerges. This isn't a family resting on past glories or riding a silver-plated wave of privilege. It's a family committed to modeling a solid work ethic, even when the sacrifices pile up. Reese insisted in her post that she wanted her kids to understand why her work mattered, that it could be a source of pride rather than just another exhausting obligation. She insisted that she would always try to say something positive about work when she came home, so her children would grow up believing their own future endeavors could be grounded in passion. Of course, the internet did what it does best and turned the whole conversation into a lively comment thread. Some fans, like one user swooning over the hot, powerful Hollywood couple they would have made if still together, focused on chemistry and nostalgia. Others simply rallied around Reese's name with heart emojis and declarations of love. Yet another corner of the thread exploded with frustration at industry gatekeeping, arguing that underprivileged talent never gets the same shot, no matter how gifted they might be. Still others shrugged off the nepotism critique as mere jealousy, pointing to star-born actors who fail to thrive and to those who forge their own identities, celebrity parentage notwithstanding. Dig a little deeper and it becomes clear that debates about nepotism aren't confined to tabloids or snarky tweet storms. They reflect genuine concerns about opportunity, fairness, and the very nature of talent. A recent study of top-earning films revealed that roughly 1 in 5 actors on the A-list has at least one parent in the industry. That statistic might raise eyebrows, but it also speaks to the way creative environments can shape a child's ambitions. When your earliest memories include watching your mom rehearse lines or tagging along to your dad's set, it's no wonder the camera feels like an old friend. Still, proximity doesn't guarantee success. History is peppered with star kids who didn't turn out to be box office powerhouses. Sofia Coppola, despite her famous surname, found her calling behind the camera rather than in front of it. Eric Douglas, son of Kirk Douglas and brother to Michael, drifted away from acting altogether. Meanwhile, Michael Douglas himself carved a distinct path, earning 2 Best Actor Oscars and stepping well beyond his father's legacy. These accounts remind us that while a familiar name can open doors, it can't write a script or deliver lines with conviction. At the same time, plenty of outsider stories prove that raw talent can break through Hollywood's glass ceilings. Actors from humble backgrounds, people who never spent their teenage years wandering onto bustling film sets, have ascended to the heights of stardom. Their journeys often entail relentless auditions, unpaid theater gigs, and sometimes years of rejection letters. That grind, without a recognizable surname to cushion failure, forges a tenacity that even some star kids come to admire. It's a testament to the idea that passion and perseverance can, in many cases, level the playing field. What Ryan Phillippe and Reese Witherspoon have shown us through their public remarks is a kind of middle ground, a recognition that environment and exposure undeniably influence a child's career choices, paired with a belief that true success still demands grit. They aren't arguing that privilege doesn't exist. Instead, they're highlighting how hard work underpins every triumph, celebrity or otherwise. Their co-parenting dynamic, delivered with warmth and respect, suggests the real lesson they hope Deacon and his siblings will take away: that legacy is shaped less by birthright than by the daily choices to show up, learn, and give your best. In that cafe chat, Ryan's pride wasn't hollow. It was rooted in the details only a dad could notice: the way Deacon tackles early call times, the way he respects crew members, the way he absorbs feedback. Reese's candid post wasn't just an actor's confession, it was a blueprint for modeling resilience and joy, even on the hardest days. Together, their words offered a narrative far richer than any gossip column, one of family, craft, and the unexpected joys that emerge when privilege meets perseverance. So here's what really happened behind the headlines: two seasoned actors reflecting honestly on what it means to parent in the spotlight, to pass along not just a famous name but a relentless work ethic, and to defend their children's dreams in a world quick to label them privileged. In a town where image often eclipses substance, their exchange felt refreshingly grounded. It reminded us that beyond the red carpets and interviews, Hollywood families, like all families, are trying to nurture values that last longer than any box office weekend. At the end of the day, the strongest legacy a parent can leave isn't a last name on a marquee. It's the example you set when you arrive at work before dawn, the resilience you show when the cameras stop rolling, and the genuine pride you feel in a child who follows your passion, no matter how familiar or how hard the path might seem. So next time someone accuses Hollywood kids of having an easy ride, remember this story: of a mom who kept smiling through exhaustion, of a dad who couldn't stop praising his son, and of a family teaching each other that true stardom comes from spirit, sweat, and a whole lot of heart.